Alright everybody, welcome back, and it's good to be back. The last update was over 2 years ago, but I'm ready to get this devlog rolling again. I've been making some progress throughout that time, but I'm finally ready to kick it into high gear and finish Resonant Blade so people can actually play the game. Hey everyone, I'm Richard, and if you're new here, this series shows the journey of making my solo indie game, inspired by classics like Zelda and Hyper Light Drifter. You play as Atlas fighting rogue AI with the sonic power of the Resonant Blade. If you haven't seen the trailer, now's a good time to go check it out. Today we're going to be uncovering some of the mysteries of the Aeolia dungeon. I've revamped the layout, making it more engaging with a fresh art style. Heavily inspired by the floating islands of Tears of the Kingdom, this dungeon turned out pretty good. There's a bunch of new things to look at, like the parallax background in the hub area, spike traps to dash through, and even little insect critters to add to the ambience. If you've played the old demo or seen some of the previous videos, you'll remember this boss. He makes a return in this dungeon as a mini-boss, bringing some familiar danger with new twists. And for those who love a platforming challenge, there's now an area with spiky platforms that'll test your timing and your patience. I updated enemy spawners that spawn multiple waves of enemies, making fights progressively more challenging. There's also some trees that you can dash into or hit with your sword to knock down items. Most of the time you'll get junk, but there might be some more useful items if you look in the right places. I've made lots of improvements and fixed countless bugs with the snake boss. I've also detailed the boss arena and added some gates to keep you from trying to run away. There's also a new text banner to introduce our mechanical menace. The Obsidian Viper now has these cool armored segments and internal fans, making it more visually interesting. Also, after defeating dungeon bosses, they'll now drop HP upgrades. HP and energy upgrades can also be found throughout the world. Collecting a new resonant crystal from bosses now triggers a full screen unlock for new triads, spotlighting your progress. These updates are just a quick glimpse into the progress made for this dungeon. There's so many other things to go over, but I'll save some of those for the next one. And yes, there will be a next one, and yes, it will be much, much sooner than 2 years. More on the marketing side of things, about a year ago I had reached out to some marketing agencies to see what services they could offer to help make this game reach more players. I decided to hold off on that route and try my hand at finding a publisher. After a couple of months of that with nothing to show for it, I slowed down on game dev altogether. I think my biggest weakness with this project has been failing fast. With something that I'm this inexperienced in, I should have gone in with the mindset of failing faster. That being said, I can see the finish line for Resonant Blade now, and I'm gonna finish it one way or another. It'll either be successful or it'll tank, and I'll learn and move on. Alright, to wrap things up, I hope this devlog gives you a taste of what's coming down the pipeline. I hope some of you are still eagerly waiting to play the game, and that time is gonna come sooner than you think. Alright, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and like and all that good stuff, and also, be sure to go over to the Steam page and wishlist the game now. Alright, see you in the next one.